welcome to WIZ-KIDS chess lesson video number 3, the thinking method. In this video, I'm going to show you the things you need to think about each and every move. It's a little bit different than the strategies we looked at in the last video. This one is what the Grandmasters teach us, that we need to think about each and every move right before we make our move and right after our opponent makes a move. Okay? So the first one is to ask, what's your opponent's plan? Let's say you play e4, which is a strong move, attacking the center and developing pieces, as we know. And white plays kind of a strange move in this position. He plays knight to f6. Now, what you have to ask yourself each and every time your opponent makes a move, first thing, before you start thinking about what you're going to do next and how you're going to get your pieces out, you have to ask, what's my opponent doing? What's their plan, and are they making any threats? As we can see, the black knight here is attacking the white pawn.
He's attacking our pawn! What are we going to do?
So if you just go ahead and say, oh, I'm just going to play my knight out, this is looking great, and then all of a sudden you just lost your center pawn. Not very good. Sometimes it might be your queen that's getting attacked, and you might lose the queen just for not asking this question. So each time your opponent moves, you have to get the habit down, which eventually through practice you will make it a habit, and it'll be like second nature just to ask yourself, well, what's my opponent doing? Obviously, he's attacking the pawn. So in this case, instead of playing this knight out, you might play knight to c3, because not only does it develop a piece and attack the center, it's defending our pawn. That's doing 3 good things. And the more reasons you can find for that a move is strong, probably the stronger move it is. Okay, so once we have thought about our opponent's move, now let's say we found our move. Then the thing is, you want to see the move there before you put it there. So you're going to imagine that knight being there right now. And we'll just say in this, let's just say for example, that it might not be so simple and easy that we can just defend the pawn. Let's say black already had his bishop out on b4. So now when we go to defend our pawn here, we have to imagine, okay, let's say we play knight to c3. Okay, just imagine the knight there with your mind. That's the thing you'll learn to do in chess. And it's very useful. Okay, well if we put the knight onto c3, we see that the black bishop can actually just capture the piece. Now, we're going to be able to capture that piece back, but what's black going to play next? Black's just going to take the white pawn, because he removed the defender of the pawn. Did we see that? So, in this case, playing knight to c3 wasn't a very good idea, because the black bishop was on b4. So we have to think ahead. We have to go, okay, let's say my knight's there. Well, it's pretty clear as soon as you imagine the knight there, just in your mind, without touching the actual piece, that you could take that piece, and we're no longer defending e4. So what would be a better move? Well, how about we play this move? Does this move work? It might defend the pawn, but this is actually an illegal move, because we're actually putting the king into check. So that move's not going to work either, and you really want to think about these things beforehand. Again, you might end up losing, let's say the queen were here instead, and if you just say, oh, he's attacking my pawn, and quickly play d3, you're going to end up losing the queen to bishop takes queen on e1. You defended your pawn and lost a queen. Not a very good move. The last thing to remember to do each and every move is to take your time. I make more blunders than anything else in playing quick moves. Even no matter how sure I am about a move. Usually, when I play a quick one, it ends up being a bad move. Because if you play too quickly, you don't give yourself the time to think about all the possibilities in chess. And chess is a very complicated game. We're showing you ways to help simplify it, to make it easier to find good moves, and what to think about along the way, but you still need to allow yourself time. So the rule I give my students in the chess clubs is to take at least 15 seconds before making each move. 15 seconds. That gives you some time to think about it, to think about your opponent's move first, then to start thinking about, well, is my move here very good, or is that a legal move? It gives you time to think about the moves, and so you can give yourself a chance to find better moves. In this way, by thinking about your opponent's plan, thinking about what you do before you do it, and taking your time before you move, you're going to become a strong chess player much faster than if you just throw pieces around and hope to get better. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy the game.